Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. We're here in Geelong for the first race of the season, IRONMAN 70.3 in Geelong. Yeah, very excited to be here again. I came away with the victory last year and shape as well. So let's hope we can fight for another podium and the win this week.
Gel team, gel team, jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean.
Yeah, so we actually flew down a bit earlier than last year. We flew on Wednesday to Melbourne because we had an event with On there. They have like their flagship store in Melbourne for Australia, and we did a social run. It was a big turn. I feel like we were with like 60 or 70 people, making the streets of Melbourne a bit unsafe on our 6K trot. And then afterwards we had a Q&A session together with Kat Matthews and me, which was it was a lot of fun. And then had dinner there, stayed the night there, did a nice run the next morning. It's a really cool city actually, for like such a big city to have like these nice running trails like close by. It was a nice experience, and thank you Jack Kelly for the loop. We drove down on Thursday and did my last like proper decent bike session here, which I was happy with. It went well. And then yesterday was a very easy day training wise, but then I just went for a swim in the pool and then had a session with Mauna. It's my new sponsor for the year, and yeah, they have Mauna Oceania, the hub here, and they asked me to come by and do a little signing session and photo session with the people that are around in the expo. And it was fun to see so many people and being recognized. Still something that's quite strange to me. But yeah, that was Friday. It was a fun, chill day, and then went for dinner with my parents who arrived that day. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good chill day. Yeah, so now we're the day before the race. We're sitting at the cafe, and there's my coffee coming. Thank you. Did a bike session this morning together with Jake Birtwistle, like we used to train together with Joel, and yeah, it's fun always to catch up with him. So we did just an hour ride, and we did a few little efforts in there to get the legs ready, and then did a short run off. Like it's always the same session I do the day before the race. A 1 minute, a 2 minute, and 1 minute, a bit faster on the run. Only 5K in total, and yeah, it's a busy day today. We're gonna head over soon to do a signing session with IRONMAN together with Jake and I think Tamara Jewett. After that, have some food. Then we have the press conference. Then we have the briefing. Then I have to set up my bike, and I still have to go for a little swim in the ocean. And then obviously, because it's an early start, I have to make all my bottles and my backpack and stuff. So I hope I can chill a few hours in the evening before going to bed. But yeah, it's quite a busy day the day before the race, especially an Ironman race where a lot happens the day before. Yeah, so now you can look at some footage from this morning's bike session and then the run after. Full race setup on the bike, except for I had needed to put some long sleeves on because it was a bit cold. So not the tri-suit yet. That will be revealed tomorrow, I guess, the new one. Yeah, and then I'll see you for the Ironman signing, and then after the press conference.
Main stage, right next to our finish line. Come on down. Right? The Hoka shoes there, the hyper.
Guys, so cool, Joe, would you listen to the podcast?
Ah, nice, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see how far it goes for us, you know, like. Literally today or yesterday was our first day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're just like we're both from Geelong. I live in Goldie now, but
Nice, yeah. Dude, that's actually our Aaron list, Aaron World.
oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I see him actually all the time. I train. He's on the back burner to work and then this, but hopefully
I
just
can
go
imagine.
around and just cruise and have a fun day and smile and wave.
Yeah, good luck to you as well.
Oh yeah, if you see me walking, right, just give me a little.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to racing, the likes of Kristian, Pierre and Hayden, you've raced them many times before. Were you excited when you saw those guys on the start list as well?
Yeah, it's fun that there's such a strong field here in Geelong. For me, it's just a 2-hour flight to come here. I really enjoyed the race last year, and it's great to be racing Kristian again after our very close finish in Marbella, and to race Hayden again after getting beaten a bit too much by him last year. And then Pierre, I think, is always very dangerous. I think if he's there off the bike, he probably can put down one of the fastest runs. So it will be an exciting race and a hard one to start the year with.
So let's throw it back to the IRONMAN 70.3 World Championship last year in Marbella. That run battle with Yella at the end, does that play on your mind? And do you think we're just going to see anything like that here tomorrow in Geelong?
I guess I can't wait until the last 400 or 500 at least. So I learned that in Marbella, and even though it's an important race tomorrow, it hurts more when it's a World Championship title that you're sort of losing to. And I think the real sort of battle will come hopefully in Hawaii and Kona over the full distance, or maybe even in Nice.
So a coffee after the race, you and Yella, you can give him some advice on Texas as well, right?
I'll keep all the advice for myself.
Well
And I will
played.
listen to his podcast and just try to get everything I can get from advice on how to crack him, and try to keep all for myself.
Are you excited to do your first 70.3 since, say, Taupo in 2024?
Yeah, it's been quite a while. It's all the T1 stuff that I've been doing, it is slightly shorter, and I feel like it does affect the race quite a lot. That last 10k, the bike, you start to kind of feel that pinch in the last 10, and especially the last 3k of the run, as Yella showed me that in Taupo that year ago. And just looking forward to getting back on the start line. Looks like a great course, looks like a fantastic day tomorrow, and went out on course for the first time today, and it looks brilliant, and it looks like it's going to be nice and fast out there for everyone. So now looking forward to getting out there.
Yeah, just wrecked the bike, done the briefing, done the press conference, so now we're at the last bit of the day. Which, I'd say 20-minute swim, a few accelerations, nothing too crazy. Just getting a feel for the swim start. Try to avoid any sea urchins and sharks. And that's my day done. Then I'll go home, get bottles ready, get the backpack ready, because it's not a super early start, it's only 7:30, but I gotta wake up 4:30 to eat the rice. And I don't want to be busy packing my bag still tomorrow morning, so I'll do that tonight, and then watch the end of the new Peaky Blinders movie. I started yesterday evening, but then had to go to sleep, and so I'm looking forward to finish it tonight. Yeah, new De Boer wetsuit. It will be the first race in it, so better come out in the front group. Survive. Done, 20 minutes. Alright, that's the swim done, just 20 minutes easy, bit of accelerations. Now I'll head back to my hotel and settle in and chill a bit, and see you guys in the morning. Race day.
At the top end, there's also a female change room at the top end. Toilets will be open during the race, and they're in the area of transition. Once you've set up all your race gear, make sure you remove excess bags and remove to be removed. If you need to leave your pump somewhere, you can do that in transition. Top right corner, you'll see a wonderful corner looking up at the villa, which is the double-storey red brick building. It's located fire and clean the exit. Through teardrops if you've got no one to leave your bag with. So make sure to remove all bags, bike front, aisles clear, race gear only. Set up by the right hand side of your back tire, not overflowing into the island.
All of our male and female professionals, can you please make your way back to the start, sorry, to the back of the start line. The IRONMAN 70.3 Geelong champion from Norway, Kristian Blummenfelt. Incredible! Kristian Blummenfelt, world champion, last year in the World Championship, it was yellow first, Kristian second. Our win separated by 1 minute 30.
Kate, do you want her in here?
She can, yeah.
Well, like 3 or 5 Ks, like as close as good.
It's really hard.
And yeah, the mic, I guess the lady was pushing a bit too much on the bike and recovering it.
For Belgium, Yella King. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our and Hayden.
We're back on the Gold Coast. It's now Wednesday, so 3 days after the race. Yeah, having like a bit of reflection after the race, and overall I'm quite happy. I think my level was very decent, very good throughout the whole race, I think. And yeah, in the end, just Kristian was stronger, and you can feel I like pushed hard because 3 days passed and I'm still quite sore, so definitely good effort. The swim was alright. Like I felt like I didn't really have a good start. Like I'm quite short, so I I'm not so good at running over those deep waters compared to maybe some taller guys with longer legs. Position-wise, like I was the first to choose, and I choose a bit more left. And then all the good swimmers like Josh Ferris, Pierre Lecour, all the way stand all the way to the right. And you could see that actually like quite early on in the swim, I had to like swim straight across because that's where like the people were moving fastest. And then actually I got a bit stuck. We were swimming with like 5 to 6 wide, and like I really tried to dig deep to get rid of them, but then you can really see that it's so easy or so hard to get rid of people when they're like sucking in your hip and swimming on your hip. So I was like, I'm just losing way too much energy here. Then I sat back, and we got back to like a lot of that group that was ahead like quite early on, but then there were 2 people still in front. I think it was Trent Thorpe and Pierre Lecour with a decent gap, but overall, like yeah, it was where I had to be. I hoped I would have maybe a bit of a gap on Hayden and Kristian. I think like T100 last year, like I often had a gap to Hayden, and also Kristian in Marbella had a bit of a gap, but now we came right with each other out of the water. It was actually funny. At one point I was swimming in Hayden's feet, and when I would look back I saw the green cap of Kristian in my feet, so we were like all 3 in the line already from the swim. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a tough battle. It's hard to say like how well I actually bike because my power meter never connected, so I don't have any power numbers. But well, I biked more than 2 minutes faster than last year, I think, so it definitely was a hard bike. Hayden did quite a few surges, and I felt like I didn't have that like initial surge, like, and he would always maybe get like 100 meters ahead, but then I could like slowly in my own pace like close the gap, and did that a few times. I remember one time when Jake Birtwistle left a bit of gap on Hayden, I closed in the beginning. He did another one like on the uphill in the first lap, another one starting like end of first lap, start of second lap. Maybe after like 65, 70k he did another one, and I came like a bit too close in the draft because it was like there was so many age groupers we had to pass on the second lap, and Jake was in front, and then there was Hayden and a motorbike in between them. So I was already like a bit like, Hayden is getting like a big draft here from the motorbike, and then it was me, and I just came in the red like by accident, and I was like, I have to overtake now, and put a big effort in to overtake them both. And then not much later Hayden attacked me again, and it was a bit the same where I had to leave that initial gap, and I was like 100 meters and could keep it for 100 meters for a very long time, but then he slowly got away, and I started to struggle then, and to get mentally tough when you see Hayden like bike away. And that was really my aim for this race, was to stick with Hayden on the bike, because you could see it last year in T100, like if I don't come off the bike with him, like I never have a chance of beating him. So I really wanted to start the run with him, and I actually felt really good on the bike and felt like quite within myself following these attacks. But then this one was like just too hard, and then it got mentally quite tough. That last like 15k home, and lost a bit too much time in that last bit of the bike. But overall, like I think it was a great effort. Came off the bike, and like I felt straight away, my legs feel heavy here, and normally I'm quite good at like I start running and it's like 3:05 pace, and here it was like first time I looked at my watch, it was like 3:15. I was like, oof, this doesn't feel too smooth at all. So I wasn't really too focused yet on any of the other boys. I was more focused on myself and trying to get in a good rhythm, and trying to like at least like have a decent like 3:15. If you keep that for 21k, it's still a 1:08 high run probably. So it's not too bad, but I was like, okay, I need to try and like run a little bit faster, and use like the faster bits of road to like gain some momentum, because it actually was a bit different run course. But yeah, I was just first like trying to get in my rhythm, and then I noticed that I was definitely not losing any time to Hayden, and maybe slightly coming back. But then also very quickly I noticed that Kristian was actually running really fast, and he was definitely catching me quite quick. He did like on that first like uphill, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to stick with him, and I could on the uphill because that's usually my strength, but then on the downhill he was like really flying, and I was like, okay, I need to, because it was still like probably 14k at that point. I was like, okay, I need to be smart here and don't blow my doors out. It's still like 14k, so I settled in my own pace, and from that moment I was, because I actually came a lot closer to Hayden, then I was like probably like 20 seconds, like, okay, like second place is still possible, so that was really my focus at that point. And I wasn't confident, like, I wasn't confident that I would catch up, and I was confident that the pace I was running I could hold for the full 21k. I'm usually quite good at judging that effort and being able to maintain it for 21k, and I felt that I was coming closer. I know also Hayden was like aiming for like sprint distance racing with Abu Dhabi that he was normally going to do, so I knew like there was a chance he maybe would start a bit quicker and then start to fade a little bit. So I definitely had like motivation to go for that second spot, and quite soon actually I also really came close and caught him actually on that front next to the water again, where you can really like speed up. Like that was a part where like you had slight tailwind, it felt good there, like it was like quite a nice point there, and I sat behind him for a little bit and I was like, oh, this actually goes like quite a bit slower, so I just accelerated and tried to drop him, and I could do it fairly easy. And from that point on it was just trying to keep that second spot, because yeah, there was no way Kristian was slowing on that day on Sunday. Well, I always go into the race like with the goal of winning, but I'm also someone who, if someone's stronger on the day, like I can accept it, and I am happy with like the effort I put in and with like the speeds and the pace I was going. I think like running a 108.30 on a hard run course after a hard bike, it's really not bad compared to like last year. I think it's one of my better races. Like it's definitely not Marbella shape that I was in, and we don't want to be in that shape yet either. I'm also training for an Ironman, so it's a bit different this year round. Like I am disappointed that I didn't win. I would probably be more disappointed if this was like a World Championship race and I would come second. But I do feel like if I'm in like my best shape, that I definitely would be competitive with Kristian on this level. Like he did a very, very quick run on that course. I do believe that like I still have a few percentages to play with. I think I can probably in my top shape like bike a little bit harder and definitely run a bit harder as well. So yeah, overall like I'm quite satisfied. Going into the off season this year, it was really different. Like I was quite exhausted going into off season, so it's good to see that my body turned that around, and like for that I'm like definitely happy, and like I think it's a good place to be in for like 4 weeks time, having Ironman Texas. Obviously it's like half the distance that I'll have to do in Texas, but no, it definitely gives me a good signs about like where my shape is at, and like was quite confident in my shape going into the race, but like it's nice to see it actually also come to fruition. This is a hard word for me. Come into fruition in a race. It's a whole different race. Like I did 3 hours 31, and I'll probably have to do 7 hours 30 in 3.5 weeks. So it's a different ball game. I definitely go into this next block with confidence coming from this race. All right, guys, thanks for watching another YouTube video, the first one of the year where it was a race video. I want to also say thank you to everyone that was in Geelong and cheered for me, asked me for a photo, came to talk to me, gave a shout out to the All in Triathlon podcast. I said already to Aaron that there was multiple people telling me about how good they find the podcast, so that was really cool. If you've liked this video, definitely give a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube page to not miss any of the next videos.